This is the 11 Warriors Report at 11warriors.com. It is game week, my friends. We have Zach Boren. We have Dan Hope. Look, it's a night game on a Thursday. It's a Big Ten opener. This is unique. You played in a Thursday night opener here against Marshall a couple years ago, Zach. But there's a little more juice to that game. I would think there's even more for this one with it being Big Ten on the road at night, full ESPN game day experience. This is going to be a little different opener. Even if Indiana is not a monster opponent, it's going to have a little more juice.
You are exactly right. Indiana's been a tough opponent the past couple years in the Big Ten, and it's one of those things where Ohio State's going to be able to go on the road, show national television what they can do. And the other thing is Ohio State has so much hype going into this year. The past couple years when I was playing, on Thursday night against Marshall, we did not have the hype that Ohio State has this year. So for them to go out and show a national audience what they can do for college game day in Indiana, in Bloomington, it's going to be awesome to see.
Dan, what I think is great about this is it's about time. One of my biggest complaints about the Big Ten, and specifically Ohio State, was that they allowed the SEC to control the opening weekend in college football by playing these Thursday night games. I can't tell you how many times South Carolina played North Carolina on a Thursday night.
College.
South Carolina it was South Carolina A&M. Finally, the Big Ten gets their seat at the table and gets to play a Thursday night game.
Yeah, I think it's great. I know for some people who don't like it, for some people they want the traditional Saturday opener. I think it's great. You get that national spotlight. It's going to be an ESPN megacast, so everybody's going to be watching this game all around the country. And starting off that Big Ten opener, I think that's pretty cool because I know for me in the media, when they're playing a Bowling Green this year, I get sick of hearing for a month about how they're preparing for Bowling Green. They're not preparing for a month for Bowling Green. But when you're playing a Big Ten game, you actually do really have to prepare and lock in on that first opponent. So I think it's good. We're going to get to see what Ohio State's made of right away in a big game, a game that matters in the conference standings. And I think that makes for a great start to the year.
It absolutely does. Let's talk about when Ohio State has the ball. Forrest, what are you looking for?
Looking for that up-tempo offense. Everyone's been talking about it since Kevin Wilson came in and became the offense coordinator at Ohio State. What is he going to do to make that offense look like Tom Herman's offense when he was here? And I think him giving the reins to J.T. Barrett, push the tempo, exactly what he did at Indiana. Those guys are that offense is going to go down the field and score. I think it's going to be quick. And I touched on this in the show, is that I think everyone's expecting some prolific air attack. I think you're going to do it by pounding the football. Kevin Wilson is just like Urban Meyer. They want to almost put the game in a phone booth while putting everything outside and just go man on man and let's drive it right down the field.
Dan, Buckeyes have the ball. Where will your eyes be first?
I think this first game I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to the wide receivers because we've talked about it. There's not a single receiver on this team that has had more than 18 career catches at Ohio State. So who's going to step up? You've got 6 guys. You've got Austin Mack and Ben Victor at the X. You've got Johnny Dixon and Terry McLaurin at the Z. And you've got Paris Campbell and KJ Hill at the H. 2 or 3 of those guys need to step up. I'm going to be watching and see who's going out, who's giving a lot of effort in the blocking game when they're running the ball, who's going out and showing that they can separate down the field and make some plays, because whoever does is probably going to end up playing a big role the rest of the year.
Both of you guys stole my ideas, so I'm going to go with it because I think they're going to run the ball right at them with Dobbins and Weber right at them. I can't wait to watch the receivers. If you have 6, then I don't know if you have 2, so let's see if you have 2. I would love for J.T. Barrett to have like a 16 of 18, 228 yards, 4 touchdown game. Like just an old school, ultra efficient, master controller of his domain situation, handling what he's doing offensively. I'd love to see that out of Barrett, and I have a feeling we might. When Indiana has the ball, and it's the Buckeye defense, where will your eyes be?
The attack that Greg Schiano brings on the IU offense. I'm so excited to see the multiple attacks, the multiple sides of the corner blitzes, the safety blitzes, the 3 really athletic linebackers that we have. It's where is this defense going to attack from? And I think Schiano is basically going to be up in the press box just basically playing Madden. Where are we coming from this time? And that's what I'm excited to see. Just the athleticism that defense brings, even at the ends position. With Sam Hubbard, Jalen Holmes, all those guys. You can go on and on about how those guys can drop back into coverage, how they can come off the edge. So just where we're bringing pressure in the multiple different ways the Ohio State defense is bringing pressure.
Dan?
I'm going to be keeping an eye on that secondary. You talk about that attack up front. There's so much talent in that front 7. I don't think we really have any doubts that front 7 is going to bring pressure, is going to be tough up the middle. middle. But I want to see, they lost 3 first-round picks in that defensive backfield. Denzel Ward, Damon Arnett, Kendall Sheffield, Damon Webb, Eric Smith, Jordan Fuller. It's your guys' time now. Who's going to step up? Can these guys be the next NFL players out of that Ohio State secondary? We certainly think they have the talent. Now it's time to see if they can show it.
All right, so we did up front, we did on the back end. I'll take the middle. They're so sturdy in the middle at linebacker. Really no questions. Superstar in Baker, Worley underrated. I hope Booker has the year I think he's capable of. I mean, I've been waiting for him. He's had hard luck, injuries. I hope he has the year he's capable of because the talent's there, the quality of character's there. I look forward to seeing what type of year that he has, and I look forward to that all starting on a Thursday night. So how's this satisfying? You know the expectations around here. You can't just go to Indiana and win, right? I mean, you got to cover, you got to handle your business. We'll get to the picks in a second. But what's this have to look like on Thursday night, Dan, for it to be satisfying to Buckeye Nation?
I mean, we know how Buckeye Nation is. They're most likely going to be disappointed about something, even if it's a big win, because the expectations are so high going into this season. Number 2 ranked team. Kevin Wilson's offense is supposed to light the world on fire. The expectations are high, but I think a lot of it, goes back to what you said about J.T. Barrett, about being efficient and just showing that they're not going to make the same mistakes that cost them last year. I think moving the ball, avoiding turnovers, showing that you can move the ball downfield and have that passing game, move the ball with tempo while also grinding the ball out on the ground. And then, certainly the defensive side of the ball, I think people want to see more sacks. I mean, we know that's a really talented defensive line, but we didn't see a ton of sacks last year. I think people want to see those rushmen really take that next step and really dominate that game in the trenches.
There's 3 things that will make people satisfied. Number 1, balls thrown down the field. They're waiting for J.T. Barrett to take a couple bombs and complete them. Number 2, they're looking for up-tempo offense to come back. Everyone's talking about how we need to go back to no huddle and really push the tempo and go, go, go. So if those 2 things happen on offense, people will be satisfied. Number 3, the score. Ohio State offense has to score over 50 points, and defense has to hold Indiana probably under 17. If those 2 things happen,
Isn't that funny?
everyone would be happy.
What's it like playing under that yoke?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, knowing that that's what's expected, that it's
Yeah.
got to be 51-17 or something like that for people to be satisfied. To me, for Buckeye fans to be happy, it's all offense. I mean, it's all about the offense. Are they going to look the way they looked a couple of years ago? Is JT going to be what he was a couple of years ago? Can Weber and Dobbins be what we think they can be? Can those receive? It's all about. I mean, I think the defense could even give up 24 points, fluky. They have so much good in the bank defensively that we know that they're going to get it right, even if they have a bad game. Offensively, this is a major test has a year's worth of work and new hires and fires and get out of here, go to Minnesota, those things. Have those things been worth it? And you're going to find out Thursday night if they have been. So to me, all eyes on the Buckeye offense in terms of satisfying Buckeye Nation. It is a 21-point line at the time of this taping. Cover City?
Of course.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the segment. Of
I
course.
love Cover City.
Of
right?
course. Cover City, of course.
And bet the over.
Bet the over.
Cover City,
yeah.
bet the
Or
over.
if you really want to do it, tease them both down and throw a lot of money on it. Tease them down.
Now,
Go.
only your disposable income, kids.
Exactly.
Only the disposable income. Dan, what you think they handle the 21?
Yeah, I'm going to say they handle the 21, but I think it's going to be a little closer than Zach. I think it's a Big Ten game, season opener on the road. I think there's going to be a couple bumps in the road in this one, but I think they still get over that 21-point margin.
You know, one thing I've learned about Urban is he doesn't kick field goals unless he has to. So anytime I do a score prediction, I always go by 7s because he just will not kick field goals. So to me, it feels like a 49-24 type game, which gets you Cover City and gets you over on the over-under as well. It's a fun opener, right? I mean, we've had to talk about some dog noon kicks at the shoe openers.
BG,
this isn't that.
Akron.
I wasn't going to name names. You want to get personal?
I know,
Fine, get personal. You're the linebacker. You defend yourself.
Throwing out names.
It's good to have a game, right? It's good to have a game. It's good to have it be a Big Ten opponent at night. All eyes on it. Enjoy your football. We know that you will. This is the 11 Warriors Report at 11warriors.com.